This podcast is rated R for restricted. Under 17 requires accompanying parent or adult guardian. Mission 250.
We're watching the movie Denny made us watch.
Yeah.
I am an amateur podcaster.
What are you doing?
Okay. So, Mission 250 podcast, we watch films. Podcast. It's late. I am tired.
This is why John doesn't do the intro.
No one does the intro. We've just given up on the intro entirely because we all kind of
we don't need it. We got the intro music. That's all we need.
I know we got music,
You know?
but you feel bad. You're like, people might be listening, and you say,
Well,
"This is what we
that's
do,"
not
and
totally
thanks for
true.
listening.
That's
and
not totally true
I know.
because it's Oscar season, guys. Because that's how he started it for like the last four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
All right, Denny,
It's Oscar season, guys.
you did make us watch this, so you should be the one kicking us off here, I think.
I did. So we did an Oscar competition where we guessed kind of the best or what was going to win all these awards, and we totaled it up, and I ended up winning. So my reward was to pick any movie I wanted to watch, and I
For some reason,
still
picked
don't know why I
this
picked this one, but this is what I did. 1991 Point Break, directed by Kathryn Bigelow, starring Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze.
You had no hesitation when you recommended it to us. It was very clear. You were on a mission of sorts.
Did
here.
you?
I felt like there was.
Yeah.
Did you remember this movie?
Not as much. So really quick review. This movie is
Let's do
old,
the
but we'll do like
lightning
a quick
round.
round
Yeah.
robin. I'll go first. This movie, I remember being a lot more fun when I was drunk when I watched
As
it.
most things are, I imagine.
That's my review.
My review would be
Yeah.
I didn't remember how bad it was. And the story was still kind of cool.
Yeah.
So, you know,
that's fair.
but there was about how, you know, there were some parts where you just get to, why did I watch this? But that's mine. John, you're
My
up.
review is, I think, this did not age well. I love Keanu Reeves, but this is some of the worst acting
He's ever done.
I've seen in anything that we've watched by far.
But it makes it kind of funny.
It does. Oh, no.
It
I
kind of
laughed out
makes it
loud like
funny.
4 or 5
Oh,
times
yeah,
on the acting
absolutely.
alone. I mean, yes, it was funny, but man, holy cow.
It's bad.
Is it intentionally funny?
No.
I don't think so. I think it's trying to be kind
I
of
mean,
I
but
think
Anthony
it's
Kiedis,
seriously-
you can't
when I
not
saw
laugh
it-
at that guy.
Oh, man,
what
yeah,
was he
he's
doing?
crazy.
He was crazy.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. He's the one that got his foot shot, right? He had to have his foot shot.
Which, by the way,
Yeah.
was a hell of a
Started
shot.
screaming.
I was
That
like,
was-
oh,
it-
shit.
Foot shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some gnarly
yeah,
violence
yeah,
in this movie.
yeah.
Good action sequences.
It's really all over the place, man. This movie is so friggin'. I mean, it kind of seems like a 90s movie. There's like a lot of sexism when it's like actively trying not to be sexist, but even still, it is really sexist, you know, nowadays. Yeah, there's a lot of genres in here. I don't know. Acting is really bad. The plot doesn't make any damn
doesn't
sense,
matter.
but they don't care
Yeah.
that it doesn't make
Yeah.
sense.
All we
Like
need
some
to
of-
know is that
yeah.
their name is cool. They rob banks. Those are
Yeah.
the most important points.
Get some cool shots, get some pretty cool action, piece it together with some nonsense story of some pretty entertaining conversations with like the police captain guy, whoever that guy
Right,
is.
like
Like,
Cox,
he's pretty
he
famous
was in
now
Scrubs.
too.
He's like playing his role
Scrubs,
from
yeah.
Scrubs, basically.
That guy was pretty entertaining every time he was just yelling at him. It was everything he said was stupid, and I don't know what they were going for. Was it comedy? I don't know.
I had no idea that the statement "young, dumb, and full of cum" came from this movie. I don't remember that.
Oh, did it? Was
yeah.
this the origin of
I
it?
mean, it
don't know.
had to have been. I don't remember us hearing about that. Otherwise,
I
in
could
movies.
Google that, but
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of things I'd see.
It was just funny the way he just rolled it right off the tongue, and it was quick.
Yeah,
know?
I mean, you guys like Scrubs, like? I mean,
Yeah, it was funny.
That's his role. That was his role in Scrubs. Like, I think
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the origin here for him, but that's the same character. He plays pretty much the same character in Scrubs.
Just yells at people?
Oh yeah,
Fast
yeah.
talking.
Yeah.
What'd you
Yeah,
think
he's
about
a kind of a
Swayze, though?
jerk.
I liked Swayze. Swayze was good.
I did too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Swayze is
He had
fine.
the look and he had the attitude. It was kind of over the top, but it was
a little
entertaining.
bit. So this just so
I
much.
saw
of
him
this
do a
film-
couple spin kicks, and I was like, "There he is. That's the
He's
Swayze
dancing.
I know."
He's dancing.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, Nikki made this good comparison when she watched it with me.
Oh, you
in
subjected
terms of
Nikki
a
to
lot-
this. Good for you, John.
She wanted to. She was excited. We both liked this. I liked this film when I watched it a long time ago.
How long ago?
But we when it came out,
Like 91?
Jesus, 20 years
In
ago.
91?
Right, in 91.
Wow.
Right. It was cool then. it just did not age as well, like as The Lost Boys, an '87 film, where and there's some parallels in that you have a really cool blonde bad guy, basically, and you have the good guy sort of not like drawn in by the bad guy, but Lost Boys aged so much better than a lot, and partially because Lost Boys, the acting is good.
Yep.
I mean,
it's campy and over
so
the top, but it's
bad.
Yeah,
it is not just campy. It's bad. It is flat out bad.
Just bad.
but it's so good. You can't. It flips back around on itself, and it's really great. How terrible it is.
But oh my goodness, you couldn't make it this bad by trying, because then it would be campy. It's so truly honestly bad.
But it's consistent, isn't it? Keanu is like the same throughout the movie.
And once he hits yelling status, that's it. It caps out, and like that's about a third of the way in. He's yelling, and then that doesn't stop for the rest of the movie.
I mean, like, and I love Keanu's awesome. I love John Wick. I love the John Wick movies too.
You could see him moving around, kind of like John Wick.
Yeah.
I noticed he was doing his movements. So I was like, "Oh, there's Wick. I see him in
Wick.
there."
Got some Wickyisms. But oh my God, Boosie's. I mean, again, in comparison, everybody is like stellar. Yeah,
compared to Keanu.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Gary Busey is kind of fun and interesting, and
he's pretty funny. Yeah.
It total train wreck that we know he was. But he was kind of fun, and I don't know.
Lori Petty, not bad.
There's no, and there's a good weight to the action, like I mean, and part of that is Swayze caring about the people that get hurt. You know, there's a weight to the action and the drama and the people getting hurt, and it's still good. It's still really engaging when the action kicks in. Some of the sequences when his fellow presidents, or get shot or wounded or whatever, that's still engaging, I thought, because there's good fucking acting there.
But when their faces are covered, it's not bad.
It's not as bad, no. But Swayze's still good too. I mean, he still carries like a weight to his concern for his fellow bank robbers and stuff. Still sort of comes across well. I think when I watched it much younger, I was really taken in by that. I think I was really like taken in by the
compassionate bad guy.
Yeah. I think that was. I thought that made the film really powerful. And then and I mean, again, crap acting aside, but this idea of the good guy wanting to like buying into different parts of what the bad guy's doing, and that was a really cool plot device. Again, again, Lost Boys did it too, but this idea that here's this guy who has a lifestyle and a passion for something that your hero really likes. Like this is something the hero is missing, and so that. All of that, how that all works out, it was really, at the time, was really interesting. It sort of seemed to subvert the good guy, bad guy thing. Like the bad guy was just bad and the good guy was just good. And so for this in the action movie, I thought that was, at the time, that was part of what made this movie really cool.
33 years ago.
Right.
Just to repoint that out.
I know. But the action sequences hold up really well. Most of them.
Agreed.
Although,
I think all of them do.
I mean, the action sequences were good, but I have to say that for some reason I kept getting my movies switched up with Free Willy.
What?
Because Lori Petty's in that too, so she's she's in like scuba suits all the time because the damn whale. Wow. So there was like parts of the movie I'm like, is this Free Willy? And then I was like, all right, I'm watching Point Break.
I accidentally put on Free Willy. He's never thought of having.
Am I watching TLC at night or something? What is going on here?
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Hey, I didn't know Flea was in Free Willy.
Why is Flea in Free Willy? That's right.
The Chili Peppers in there.
Yeah, Michael Jackson jumps out and they're like, hey, what is the fuck is going on here?
So you were engaged, sounds like, just highly concentrated.
There was points where we were pretty engaged, and then there were points where I was like, why did he make us watch this?
Yeah, I have no good answer for you there. None at all.
So
I wanted something light and stupid. I thought it might be like an equivalent to The Rock, because The Rock.
I will tell you, I enjoyed it. Nikki and I had fun watching it.
We did too.
It's fine. Mission accomplished. I had a good time.
Yeah,
we did too.
Yeah. So we
looked at each
Although I
other.
gotta say, Dream
laughing.
Scenario would have been a good one to watch. I think.
Oh, you watched that one?
The Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Oh, you've seen it now?
Oh, I saw it.
Oh, I haven't. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You gotta go. You gotta
can still watch it.
Yeah.
Nice.
You gotta watch it.
Yeah, I mean, we were either like,
we
were either laughing like at the movie or turning to each other and just like shaking our heads like, wow, this movie is
Can
ridiculous.
you believe they made that movie?
I mean, it made a ton of money. I think back in the 90s, this was an action movie, right? Back when like Schwarzenegger was making an action movie a year pretty much, and it was all just like, the story didn't matter. It's like, put them in a scenario, nobody cares, no one's watching it to like follow characters.
No, but you got something new. Like we got surfer guys.
Did you guys notice that like it had a very Law and Order feel too, when they'd talk and block the blocking shots, and they'd walk and talk together, and
you do the bunk,
especially when they were in the FBI place and they were moving through the little desks, and I'm like, this is where like all of TV got their idea from.
That was groundbreaking because like Steadicams were pretty new back then, and it was the Steadicam operator had never maneuvered a shot like that before, so that was that
was brand new.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
The chase scenes, they like put the cameras on sticks and chase them. That was also new.
Really?
Like cameras were getting smaller and stuff.
Wow.
So yeah,
1990s.
Woohoo. 1990s.
So do you guys know of Point Break Live?
No.
So it's this kind of a touring sort of show. They do it on or not touring necessarily, but they have it in San Diego. They have it in Los Angeles at Los Globos on Saturdays. And basically they do Point Break, and each week somebody from the audience gets to be Johnny Utah. They read cue cards.
That's pretty so good.
They're going to do just as well.
They can be bad and it'll work.
They can be just as good. That's right.
So it just, I had no idea this existed, but I was reading around on Point Break and I saw this, that it's a common sort of theater show to do. And they just do the whole thing, and then they pull somebody from the audience to be Johnny Utah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. Check it out, man. In LA, TC. It's at I don't know where Los Globos is. A theater there.
Silver Lake.
And it's in Portland.
Are there songs? Like starring such musical numbers as "I am an FBI agent" and "Utah, give me 2."
Right. It's at the Belly Up in San Diego, which is an awesome place to see live music. So I haven't thought of the Belly Up in a long time.
Wait, is it like just playing there all the time?
It says the Belly Up March. No. It's like touring a little bit. So it's like Sunday, March 29th. It's at the Belly Up.
Los Globos is pretty cool looking.
Los Globos is Saturdays. So I think every Saturday at Los Globos in LA.
Jeez.
And it's in Portland, Oregon, the Funhouse Lounge.
Very cool.
Movie's still relevant. Yeah. They remade it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's
Johnny Utah.
Is it a cult classic? I mean, it might be.
Probably. Yeah. Well, and then you got the Hot Fuzz reference.
Yeah.
So that was another.
There was a Roadhouse reference in there too.
Yeah.
In Point Break.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Point Break referenced Roadhouse?
Was Point Break after Roadhouse?
I think Roadhouse was the 80s, wasn't it? Pretty sure.
Really? I don't know.
I remember
that
it
might
being
be
like
one I have to
1989.
watch at some point.
Yeah, Swayze was in that one right before this one.
I don't know. Oh yeah, 89.
He did Roadhouse and then Ghost and then Point Break.
Yeah.
That guy was on a fucking roll.
Whoa, peak Swayze. When was Dirty Dancing? Was that before?
That was before Roadhouse, I think.
Was that his like big kind of
that's
breakthrough?
That
was definitely his big breakthrough.
Yeah, so it was in Point Break. It wasn't a reference by on purpose, but it was the Roadhouse restaurant where they were eating at, and I was like, that seems weird, but it has nothing to do with it because the place is real.
Oh,
yeah.
He was in Red Dawn too, the original one. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh wow, I know little of that. I don't think I've seen that one. I know it's a weird one.
Yeah, but it was Dirty Dancing was his big one, big breakout. Then Ghost, then Point Break, and then The Player, and then a bunch of movies I haven't seen, all the way to Donnie Darko.
Via con Dios.
God, even that's bad. It's just all, you're going down.
What do you have to say to yourself? I caught my first tube today.
So bad.
Oh, it's so funny. Bad.
And it's like
really
you'd think it would get boring and bad over time, but it still made me burst out laughing when he was delivering the lines.
It got boring about an hour and a half in or so.
You think?
Yeah. When they were going to do this, skydiving at the last part there, I was like, this did not need to be in here.
I like that part. That was like one of my favorite parts of the movie.
I liked it. I'm just saying, Jesus Christ, this was a long build up, and then the jump, and then like things really took some time there, and then they just end up on a beach, and you're like, okay, sure.
that did nothing except for they bonded,
right.
baby.
No.
Yeah. Except
This
they
is
didn't.
beautiful.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god! I know. Again, just
Talking to each
just
other
laugh
while
out
they're
loud.
skydiving.
Just laugh out
You
loud.
can do that. You
Keanu,
can definitely do
yell,
that.
Yell that you really like this, Keanu. I should read the script just to see how bad the script is. But man, I don't know if there were a lot of improvising there. Like you're having a good time, so just yell about how you're having a good time.
Yeah, they're in the voiceover booth, and they're like, pretend you're falling.
Did anybody see the remake?
No.
2000. I did not. I want to kind of because it didn't do well. It wasn't good apparently. 2015 remake. I don't know any of the actors. Edgar Ramirez as Bodhi, Luke Bracey as Utah.
No, I told you guys that I accidentally bought that one. I have the physical version. I just haven't watched it yet.
Oh my
They
god,
got
They got
just
me.
like the other,
Like, whoops.
just like the grandmothers who buy like the wrong film for their or the wrong video game for their kids.
Yeah.
Whatever. I got you the Frozen. It was only $2.
Frozen. It's the one where they're hanging from the ski lift and there's wolves that gather below them.
Right.
Have you
that
seen
one.
that? Yeah,
No.
that's the real movie.
Yeah.
Same name.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
So you guys got anything else to talk about with this movie?
How about the you guys? This may have been more before your time, but I was surprised at the exit, the title credits song by Rat. You know Rat.
I know of Rats.
R-A-T-T.
They're like hair metal,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, they're total hair metal. Big of the day. When was Rat's heyday? So Rat.
Mid 1987 to late 1987.
87, right. So they're like big. They were the 80s, late 80s, right? So they were huge then. Good like hair guitar metal. So I had no idea they did like the title credit or the credits song.
I
It was a
can't
song
even remember.
I'd never heard of them.
Just like the Lost Boys, I can remember the Lost Boys theme song.
Oh, yeah.
But this one, I don't even know what you're talking about right now.
Rat's their singer's voice is very distinctive. So I was like, hey, it's got to be Rat, and it was. But I had not heard that song. I guess just didn't take off for them. But yeah.
Did you start spinning Rat after you watched this movie, John?
No, I didn't. But I really liked Rat back in the day. Some really good
Back in your long hair days?
Guitar. Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else? I don't know if I got anything else
No.
really.
If you haven't seen it and you like campy movies, I'd say go ahead and watch it. Why not?
Oh yeah. Oh, it's entertaining.
Yeah.
We were entertained. I was entertained. Nikki was entertained. I think it's. If you and even if like you've seen it before and you really liked it back then it's actually really kind of fun to watch to see how different you might feel about it now.
If you want to feel really old.
Yeah, I guess old maybe. But
You guys
it's
recognize
funny,
Tom Sizemore in
yeah.
this movie?
No.
Really? You didn't
Ooh.
recognize him. He was right after the Nazi bust with Flea getting shot. The DEA agent runs in and he's like, "Hey, you guys fucked up my all my shit."
That was
I
Sizemore.
Yeah.
He was good. What I did recognize was like, oh, hey, there's a real actor.
Yeah, for 2 minutes. They could only get him for
I
2
know.
minutes.
I saw him and went, he's really acting. Good for you.
You might not. He looked a lot thinner and better looking than he did like for the next 30 years, I think.
Okay.
But
he was good. Yeah, that's all I thought. I didn't know it was Sizemore, but I did think, oh, there's a real. Occasionally, you see like, oh yeah, they got a real actor there, and that's like he stood out for that reason. Like, oh, he's actually good.
yeah. Did you laugh at the scene? I think the hardest I laughed was the scene with the foot chase. And the guy threw a dog at Keanu, and then Keanu
And then
drop kicked the dog.
Yeah, and it made the noise.
That was
That was good. I thought it was so hilarious how what they would do is just like completely like demolish citizens too.
Just
like
Keanu was
like
just knocking
Swayze.
people over.
Oh yeah. Swayze would do it. He's the bad guy. Fine. Then Keanu would just like side tackle somebody just because they're in his way, I guess. Yeah. And then the dog gets thrown. It was kind of funny.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Keanu just firing a gun into the streets after a car in a very busy street. Right. Sure. That's good. Yeah. Do that.
Sure.
I like it how they brought the mooning into the plot. The butt was written in as a very important plot point for him realizing who because they're surfers.
Yeah. They were tan.
You look like hammered shit. Is that a saying?
Did you say that before? I don't know. People hammer shit?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It seemed like
I wouldn't think so.
I don't know how that works. I mean, yeah. It's maybe you have frozen shit and then you hammer it. I mean,
It's a stretch.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, but I'm into it.
It seems like a special condition of shit in the first place. I don't know why. I don't know. Whatever.
Way to ruin a freezer. Why? So, did they have like a bromance? Why didn't Keanu shoot him when he had the chance?
Because I don't know. That's the whole point of the film. Yeah. That's what makes it interesting. He's a mentor to him of sorts. He introduced him to surfing. Introduced him into finding.
Didn't Lori Petty introduce him to surfing?
No, the woman did
that. That's fair.
Yeah,
you're right, Lori. But she's just a woman. Remember, it's back then. She can't be the one that is valued for what she introduces. She is valued for being sexy. Anything else has to go to a guy.
Yeah, Swayze does have the longer hair, therefore is more sexy. I think that's the way that works. You're
totally right, TC. But in the way the film is going to produce it, the one who introduces meaning into his life has to be the guy mentor. Mm-hmm. But you're right, it's the girl that trained him. But fuck her,
the mentor is
and figuratively.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, but that's again what was my young self thinking that's what was really interesting is that he didn't want to kill him because he was a teacher to him.
What did he learn? Is the thing
he learned this?
How to rob a bank.
Johnny Utah. Well, but no, that Johnny Utah was Johnny was a football player. He busted his knee, so he goes to the FBI. But he lost his calling in life. He lost his passion. And surfing becomes his passion again. So he gets something back.
I didn't buy that. See, this is where the disconnect is. I know.
I
didn't actually think that.
I bought it back then, but yeah, I don't even know what to buy now. But
there's nothing. They're not selling anything. Yeah, there's there's nothing to buy.
And nothing there. But that was what I thought was the idea.
Okay. If you're 13 or however old you were when you watched it. If that's what you believe, then that's probably what they're going for.
I think, too, surfing was just becoming really cool for the masses back in the late 80s, 90s, right? So I feel like surfing was it's like the Gleaming the Cube, right? Skateboarding became something from that.
And also,
sports. Film to watch.
We should watch.
I wonder how that one will hold up.
Yeah.
I don't know how that'll hold up
well, but it would be a good one to watch.
You ever see Rad, BMX biking movie? That's pretty good.
No, I know of that one. I know of that one, though. But that was big for a while, too.
What about Prayer of the Roller Boys? It's a bunch of vampire Nazis that rollerblade everywhere.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
And they're the heroes?
And it's got, what's his name from Lost Boys in it? The bad guy. What's his name?
Oh, Kiefer Sutherland?
Kiefer, yeah. He's like the lead guy.
In there?
Yeah.
Ooh.
He's got a trench coat on. He's got rollerblades on.
Is that
pretty sweet.
pre Lost Boys?
Post? Maybe?
Post?
Prayer of the Roller Boys.
But come on, I mean, that's what this movie comes away with, this idea that, that's why you have that Hot Fuzz moment that's so awesome, because in Hot Fuzz he wants to have this moment where he has a chance to shoot the bad guy, but he can't, and so he needs, in angst, he shoots his gun up in the air, and it's his dad in this case. But that was kind of the key moment, one of the big moments of that movie, is that he can't bring himself to kill the bad guy because he cares for him.
Yes,
I know.
Sure,
but that's where you have the Hot Fuzz moment from too. And now I always just think of Nick Frost doing that, which is it's such an awesome part of that film.
And there's a show called Lovesick. It used to be called Scrotal Recall, but they renamed it because it was an Australian show, and they had to get American audiences. But there's an episode in the first season where one of the characters describes the entire plot of Point Break, and it's pretty good.
Oh. Scrotal Recall does not age well.
Yeah, I thought it was good. Yeah, I'm just reading all the lines. When he jumps out of the plane without a parachute and yells, "Fuck it!" It's pretty good.
So bad.
I know. Pretty good. Good job.
I know. Yeah.
You guys want some trivia?
Trivia, go.
Guess how much the writer made to
Don't
write this
know.
movie? $6,000.
Oh, that seems right.
Damn.
Yeah, what do
That's
you need?
good.
Yeah.
He was appreciative at the time because he was a waiter and hadn't worked, and they
Holy
offered him
shit.
$6,000.
Someone bought a
That's
screenplay.
literally how it goes, though, right?
Yep.
Oh, man.
Just exploit the poor people, you know?
That's right.
Yep. Ridley Scott initially optioned the movie and worked on it for a while, but then dropped it to make Thelma and Louise instead. They
He did Thelma and Louise? Shit.
apparently.
I know. That film was big in its time. I don't think
have
anybody
not seen
cares about it now, but it was big in its time.
Because it's Ridley.
Yeah.
It's the guy who did Blade Runner.
Well, not really, but it was a very like feminine, affirming film. What do you have? Gina Davis, who was
Susan
the other-
Sarandon, Brad Pitt,
Susan
Harvey
Sarandon,
Keitel, Michael
Brad Pitt.
Madsen. That's a lot of people.
That's a
right.
lot of people.
Yeah, I know.
That's a lot of
Yeah.
that's a lot of names.
Oh yeah.
Was it good? It won an
At
Oscar.
the time, it was good. No, I thought it was good at the time. I don't know how it would hold up, and nobody talks about it now.
Yeah.
But it was big at the time.
What did it win? It won Best Writing. There you go. Other trivia. So Charlie Sheen, Johnny Depp were the top 2 picks for Johnny Utah, and Val Kilmer and Willem Dafoe are also on the list.
Ooh, Val Kilmer. Prime Val Kilmer would have been good.
You don't like the other ones? Willem Dafoe as Johnny Utah? That could have been
Oh
unhinged.
well, no. Any of them would have probably held up better.
Maybe. I don't know. I think Keanu makes the movie stick out more, especially because he's still so famous. And this is like
Yeah.
one of the first things that he did.
That's fair, but oh yeah, I don't know. This film might have aged. But again, yeah, we certainly would have been laughing at the acting if it was any of these other guys, probably.
But it was Kathryn Bigelow that pushed for Keanu. He was kind of an unknown. He had Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure under his belt at that time, but that was pretty recent, and he certainly wasn't an action star. He was just,
No.
just kind of an idiot from Bill and Ted.
Right, and that worked really well in those films,
Right.
I think. But
Kathryn saw Keanu's like potential as an action star somehow and pushed for it and like basically forced the studio to cast Keanu in this.
Kathryn, at the time, right, wife of James Cameron, who
Yep,
also
who produced
helped
it.
edit,
Yep.
and also helped edit the script.
Oh, really?
And the whole Dead Presidents thing, he had a big hand in creating that, I think. So who knows that maybe there's maybe a reason why these action sequences work so well. Maybe he had a bit of a hand in that. I don't know.
Don't do
But, I mean,
that.
Kathryn-
She did.
No.
Zero Dark
She did
30
Hurt
and
Locker,
Hurt Locker.
Hurt
yeah.
Locker, and Zero Dark 30, and did an awesome job. It's not to say that. I mean,
She doesn't need James Cameron to make good movies. She can do it by
no,
herself.
I know. But
You tell him,
that's
Denny.
right.
Yeah,
That's right. You're right. I take it back. I walk it back. I just say that the action sequences, that's something that's also pretty pretty much also identifying of of James Cameron's movies. He does action really well. So maybe he tutored her a bit. Gave her some mentoring advice. Kind of
I'm
a
sure they
Bodhi.
chatted about it in bed at night, because they're both
Probably.
Yeah, because James just seems about movies all the time. He's not going to stop talking about movies.
No, probably might have made for a difficult relationship.
That's why they got divorced eventually.
James, if you say one more fucking word about the Titanic,
Catherine, I have this idea. It's going to be a bunch of blue people on this
yeah,
plane.
yeah.
They're going to try to
Well,
steal
what
this
if you
thing.
blew?
Let's call it.
What if you blew?
What about the blue people? What about the giant blue people? If you say one fucking word about the giant blue people or the Titanic, I am done.
He always made me dress up like a Smurf. I don't know what the deal was. It's
That's right.
odd. Had to divorce him.
I know, just got tiring. I mean, there's role play, but Jesus Christ.
That's a lot of face paint.
Yeah,
It takes 4 hours just to have sex. you know?
that's right. It's like, look, I'm not an actor. I'm not
called
willing to
foreplay.
put up with I'm a
This
director.
sucks.
Yeah.
Patrick was always the first choice for Bodhi. That's kind
Yeah.
of a given. He's like kind of perfect for
He
it.
fits that role perfectly, yeah.
He does.
Kiefer could have done it.
Nah, Kiefer's too small.
Oh,
And Kiefer's not as athletic. I feel like there's a lot of athleticism in what he's
That's
doing.
fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Because he did most of his own stunts. He did like the skydiving. He did like almost all the fight scenes himself. He did all the chase scenes.
Right.
The surfing he did himself.
Right. Wikipedia says he broke like 4 ribs
Yep. While
surfing.
surfing. He while he was doing the movie, he wanted to like he had skydived before and he wanted to freshen up his skills, so he was like on his off time while shooting the movie going and skydiving over and over again, and then came to the set being like I can do this now, like I'm ready. Put me in the movie, shoot me skydiving. And the insurance would have been too much to actually do that with him in there. But as soon as they finished the movie, like I don't know, when they stopped rolling, insurance is complete. They got a shot of him jumping out of the plane. So the shot of him like leaving Keanu the last time when he's like, "See you later, Johnny," or whatever, and jumps out and you see him fly down. That was real. That was Swayze doing
nice.
that.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, they all really surfed too. Like Keanu really surfed, Swayze surfed, Lori Petty surfed.
They all like took lessons.
Yeah. Well, the trick there was two of the guys in Swayze's crew were real professional surfers. So they weren't actors.
Oh.
So they were in
wow.
this like behind the scenes thing where they're like, it was great because we were surrounded. We were the only two non-actors in the entire crew. So like it was fun just to like be in the movie and try to blend in with all these like great actors.
Dudes. Yeah, right.
Yeah, but what they did in the surfing scenes is they were doing really cool surf tricks, and everyone else was kind of just going straight and stuff.
Just being there.
The
Yeah.
way they cut it, and just being around good surfers, gave you the idea that everybody is good at surfing.
Right.
So
Nice.
I think that worked pretty good. I didn't necessarily see
The
anybody
surf
being
scenes
worse.
the surf scenes are great.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool.
I like the slow mo. I didn't get sick of it. It looked cool.
No,
I
it was
didn't,
fine.
I didn't feel like that was
that was
overused.
like the least of my worries with this one. Yeah,
at this
The
point.
acting
I like the
was just-
soundtrack. The soundtrack I kind of
it
liked.
was all right. Yeah,
But
Brought me
especially
back.
during like the skydiving scene. That was some good music there. That was like a very peaceful scene. I liked that whole thing. It was like 5 minutes long, and I was like,
It was
this is
good.
nice.
It just, yeah.
Yeah, give it to me, TC. He's
I mean,
nodding.
it's it's an easy one to watch. There's nothing. There's no harm, no foul.
That's true.
Yeah.
Except for the scene where they're trying to shove each other's face in a lawnmower. That was
that was a
I knew
little bit. That was a little
that
bit
was
scary.
intense.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I have to say,
the sound was good. The close-ups
Yeah.
of the blades was good.
Again,
Like
just the
I knew
idea
that
of
nobody
that
got
is-
cut, but I was still tense.
Yeah, just the idea of that is scary.
And to be fair to Keanu, like his dialogue acting was shit, but his action acting was still pretty good.
Sure.
Like the way he did the fight sequences
Sure.
and stuff.
Yeah, let's
He
give
didn't
him
have to
that.
say
Yeah,
anything.
we'll give him
come
that.
on, let's give
Yeah,
him,
I'm
give him
in
a
a
little
good
something
mood.
there.
Sure.
He did, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Come
So
on.
he didn't just stand there. I'll agree to that. He
Right.
definitely
Yeah,
didn't just
right.
stand there.
Right.
That's fair.
He looked like he was running fast.
Yeah.
He did like a speed level physical acting job, I think. You guys remember the movie Speed?
Have you seen Speed?
Oh, yeah, I saw
What do you
Speed.
think of Speed? Does
I
it
used to
hold up?
love
I don't know.
Speed.
I thought it was a great
Yeah.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it recently. It's really stupid.
I'm sure.
but
It's
Oh,
really
these
fun.
things came out when we were kids. For me, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And John, even you were much younger. So
Oh yeah. Much older. I was older. I'm older. I'm an
Well, you're
older.
younger than you are now.
yeah,
Yeah,
by a
that's
lot.
true. I was much younger. Yeah, by a lot. Okay, fair.
So they had this fight choreographer guy that required everyone to come to these classes to do their own fight scenes. And everybody came except for Flea because he's a musician.
You mean Cletus or Flea? Because Flea is not in this.
Sorry, I keep saying Flea.
Cletus.
Anthony
Yeah,
Kiedis.
it's Anthony Kiedis.
Yeah,
Cletus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cletus.
Cletus.
You mean
We're all
Cletus?
smart. We know
Cletus?
Chili Peppers. So replace. All right,
Anthony
AI.
Cletus.
Replace all mentions of Flea with Anthony Kiedis.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, right. I think Chili
Auto
Peppers would
replace.
sound a lot different if it was Cletus.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot more southern
Yeah.
kind of. Anyway,
But he didn't go because Rockstar didn't want
Right,
to, didn't
he's
go.
busy.
So what they did in the first scene, they kind of shot most of the movie sequentially. The first scene in the beach where Keanu's fighting four of those Nazi guys off, he just gets knocked out right in the beginning. So he
Right.
doesn't have any
He-
moves
he-
because they
he
wrote that
cues
in
other- yeah.
because he didn't come to the thing, and that pissed him off. So then he started going to the classes to actually like train in this stuff. So they'd write him into more of the action scenes. So that's why he had so much to do in the house raid part.
Okay.
that was a good sequence.
The house
It
raid?
was- Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the better
it
parts
was
of the
a
movie.
Good action sequence.
The shot of him tackling
Gratuitous.
that dude through the glass was like, it's like they really
That was
just
good.
shoved that guy through the glass. There was no
Right.
trick there.
Yeah, exactly. He went through. I know.
Yeah. The scene where Keanu, you see Swayze lock the door when they're running after each other, and
Right,
Keanu
right.
just, without hesitating, jumps
It's
through
like-
the door and smashes the table of somebody's house.
Yep.
That was great.
Yep.
Fucking Keanu. So they had a skydiving rig. They had everybody kind of balancing on their chests. They all had a pole in their chest, and they were like on their stomachs, and the cameras were down low, and they were blowing air up at them. and it was kind of like a semicircle where everyone was on it, so they could pan the camera from person to person in reality and not get the metal pole, but make it look like all these actors were actually skydiving.
Yeah, it looked good.
Very cool.
It looked really good.
I didn't really
the sequences
notice.
looked really good.
I had thoughts where they did the close-ups being like, I bet these shots are not skydiving because it's just the face, but
that'd be hard.
It still
Yeah, right.
looked. I was like, I don't know though. It looks like they're skydiving. It's pretty good. Yeah, Patrick was complaining about how the movie wouldn't insure him for jumping out of a plane, which he had done a bunch of times, and he thought was way safe. And they'd still let him the scene where he was like falling off of his surfboard. He did it 6 to 10 times, and he said he almost died every single time.
Whoa.
So like they didn't have a problem doing that part where
Right,
the
but
wave was
jumping
going
out
to
of the plane,
swallow
right.
me.
Oh, the
but
insurance companies, you know, it's a scam.
They don't know.
It's a scam.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for the last shot, so he did some falling in the water shots, but the last one was when Swayze's character Bodie dies. Spoilers. They hired a real surfer to surf on a real wave, and it was like this location where the waves don't break so frequently. Apparently, like there's not always waves. I don't know what surfing is, so locations don't always have waves. Did you know that?
Right.
I didn't
So
know
the
that.
water
I know
goes
that.
up and down, right? And then the thing curls,
right.
and there's a
Sometimes there's
guy
no
on
waves.
it, and then when he
Sometimes
falls,
it's big, sometimes it's small.
No, sometimes it's
you know.
zero, and sometimes it's huge.
Yeah, that's right. Have you go look at the ocean? Sometimes there are waves.
No, there's always
bigger
waves in the ocean.
smaller
Every
waves.
ocean I've been to, it's like the
But
same waves every single time
sometimes
I
they're
go.
small. Right.
via
always small.
Condios.
Anyway, so this guy, they actually waited for the 2-year storm, not the 50-year storm, and he wrote it, and they directed him to fall off. So he actually fell off.
Oh,
So
wow.
that was a
Okay.
real stunt.
Oh
Nice.
wow! I mean, the guy's alive. I don't know.
Yeah.
That thing looked pretty scary to me. I'm not
It
going
was
anywhere
huge.
near that water.
Yep. Keanu Reeves had never surfed 2 months before they started shooting this movie, and he learned how to do it. And Lori Petty had never even been in the ocean 2 months before they filmed this movie.
Holy cow.
Swayze knew how to surf a little bit, but still had to train a bunch. And the last piece of trivia is the haircuts in the last scene where Keanu has longer hair and Swayze has shorter hair when they meet each other on that beach. Not a part of the script. They both had just gone elsewhere and started filming other movies. And it had been months since they wrapped shooting because they had a different ending. And they didn't really talk about what the other ending was, but the test audiences did not like the original ending of the movie. So they went back and reshot the ending, months later. And that's what we see now. So,
Wow.
yeah, that's it.
Fascinating.
Don't you love it?
Thank you, Denny.
You're welcome.
I'm not really gonna thank him. I'm just gonna
That's
say,
okay.
it is what it is, and we had.
I'm not mad.
We had to
I had a
watch
good
it.
time.
It's fine, not a big deal. But I'm not gonna
So
thank.
you're
him.
gonna be thanking me next week when we have to go back to the list.
Oh, no.
And it's gonna be a
What is
3.5 hour long Western movie.
Get the fuck out.
That's fine.
Yeah, you're rethinking your thank yous now, aren't you?
Yeah,
on, we
kind
gotta
of
see this
walking it
classic.
back. I
It'll
don't
be
know if
a-
I like this. Maybe we can switch it up a bit.
Keep on switching. It's been at least 5 months since
we
we
haven't
watched
done
the
the
list,
list in so long.
movie. Yep.
Yeah. What
Once
does that
upon
say?
a time in the West.
Once upon a time.
It means we're
in
getting
the
close to
West.
the end. We don't want it to end, TC.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
We'll keep on going. No big deal.
Oh, it's only 2 hours and 25 minutes.
Oh,
That's not
okay.
too bad.
That's not bad.
That's better.
That's manageable.
Yeah, that's better. I can handle.
But
all
we
of
may
that.
be on a break.
That's true.
We don't know.
Denny may
Denny
have a
might
child.
be
Yeah.
a dad.
I might need to
Soon?
take some time.
Well, it's
So-
going to happen sooner or later.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So may have a bit of a hiatus coming soon.
So if you see that we don't come back next week, then that's what's happening, but we will be back. So don't go acting like Keanu
too
Reeves
far.
and
Yep,
yelling
but
about
yes, yeah. And thanks for listening. You can find us on YouTube, anywhere else you listen to podcasts.
Good job,
That's
John.
right.
Just want to say that once in a while.
Hey.
Rate and subscribe. Can you even rate or subscribe anymore? I think you can follow us
Sure,
on
you
the
can leave
podcast
comments. You can give a thumbs up on a given YouTube episode.
Sure.
And whatever your podcast app
app.
is.
Do
you
people
can do
listen to
some ratings.
podcasts on YouTube?
No idea.
Apparently, we've got like a fair number of subscribers at this point.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, YouTube listeners, give us a
Well,
thumbs up.
Hey,
Sounds
thank
good to
you
me.
very much. I
Thanks for
appreciate
listening.
Yeah.
it. All right, boys.
All right. talk to
See
you
you later.
when I'm
Wait,
thawed.
wait. Top 250.
Oh, we're going to do that one for
We're
this
gonna
one?
do that? It's
All
not
right,
in the
we do
list.
that.
And it doesn't deserve it,
And
obviously.
it doesn't.
Come on.
It's just definitely
Okay,
a
then
no.
But
Yeah, right.
it's
It's a
just
hard
a
no.
question. It's a fair question.
All right,
Still,
we'll end
we have
up.
to ask
We'll end
it.
it on a bad note. Sure, John. You know.
Yeah,
Right.
Jeez, negativity.
Thanks.
It's a hard no.
All right,
Hard
guys.
pass. All right. See ya.